These things got finished because we had the Pan Am Games, make no mistake.
Right.
And I would add to that the train to the airport.
Yeah.
I would add, the Athletes Village neighborhood. I mean, frankly, if somebody hadn't been living in there as we speak, it would be, I'm sure, delayed too. It was probably the best because it was more of a private sector project. But, there were just a lot of things going on in the city that were lagging. And the great thing I've always said about bidding for these international events is deadlines. People always say, well, is it the sports? Is it the sports facilities? Is it the festivals? I always say, no, it's the deadlines, because you actually are required to get something done. And even themselves, we love to moan and groan. We love to say, well, we really shouldn't do that because it's going to cost some money, or we really shouldn't do that because it might be too much about people having fun. So I hope that this the sort of uplifting effect of the last few weeks and the projects that have been worked on and are now completed in anticipation of these games will cause people to see and to sense, to see how great the city looks. We took 2 or 3 decades off building transit effectively. Now we've begun to make up some of that time by having the York University Vaughan subway under construction, soon to be finished. We've got the Eglinton Crosstown finished in 2020. But I think as far as the rest of them are concerned, the 3 you mentioned in particular, the Scarborough subway, the SmartTrack, and the Young Relief Line, we've got to do them all. You know what, you could describe it that way, or you could describe it as a partnership between RER and SmartTrack. You could describe it as something that's layered on top of RER, but I mean, the bottom line thing I will concede readily, and I did throughout the election, SmartTrack was built on the foundation of RER, Regional Express Rail.
With electrification.
Electrification.
All-day two-way service.
Yes. And then what we added to it was a more subway-like characteristic in terms of the number of stops that the trains would make. Which you have the capacity to do once you electrify.
Right. On the future
I would think by
fares,
2016, when you're in a position where Presto card is installed everywhere, and where you have, I think an even more robust regional approach to both sort of planning and building of lines, that you'll have a discussion about, and I think as you approach getting SmartTrack won't be due to be in operation until 2021 too. But I think as you plan, in terms of both doing your business case and also just, planning for everything, you'll be wanting to have some of those discussions, sometime around then. But I don't think you'll see anything much happening before that.